Mandala. Welcome to my craft room. I've got a beautiful, elegant Shadowbox card. First, the front says thankful, and of course the inside says happy Thanksgiving with this beautiful Mandala cornucopia set, and then of course your signature set. So before we get started, I need you to go down in my description. Click on the Cricut link there. That will put the base of this card onto your Cricut canvas and you'll be ready to go. So let's go make it. Okay, here we are on the canvas. If you do not have this on your canvas, go into the description on this video, and click on the Cricut link there, and Cricut will put the base of this card onto your mat, and you'll be ready to go. Okay, so let's do our colors. Here is your envelope. I'll talk about this more when we get over on the craft table. I'm going to move it out of our way. This is your background that goes back behind your cutout right here, but we are not going to need that on this one, so we're going to delete it. This is going to be your signature card, and this is going to be your cover. So first, we're going to do both of these in a cream. Now, the problem is we're going to do these in the dark brown, and normally I use whatever you cut out of here over here on your signature card right here, like that. But these are going to be dark brown, and you're not, unless you've got a bright gel pen, you're not going to be able to use it. So we're going to do something a little bit different. So this guy here, if it's got a score line or a pen line on it, you must go into layers to change the color. And then you've got to pick just the piece of paper. You'll go to edit up here. We're going to pick dark brown. There we go. This one too. Let's see, the dark brown. This one for our signature color is going to be the burgundy, which I will pick this dark red right here. And this and, this and this both are going to be a really light brown, just like this. This is our cover. This we'll worry about when we get on the inside. Now, next, what we need is images. So let's take it off of layers. We're going to pull up images. Let's do the tree first. If you have never looked up images by their code number, this is how you do it. Everything starts with hashtag capital M. All letters are capital. Now, your tree is 280 4A 161. There you go. Now, you see this whole list of images. This is all the images I need you to grab. Once you get them up here, you're going to click on it. It's going to put it down here by add. Once you get all of those on there, you just hit add, and it'll put it on your canvas, and I'll meet you over there, and we'll get it all ready to cut. So I'm going to fast forward through this part. Your list will stay, and I'll get all the images, and I'll meet you over on the canvas. Okay, guys, here we are on the canvas. Let's separate all this so we can kind of see what we're doing here. Okay. First, let's start with our tree. We are going to cut off the root part. So we just need it to be the right size. Let's see. You're going to unlock this button between your height and your width. Your width is going to be 3.9. Your height is going to be 6.5. And then I'm going to go ahead and relock this button because when I don't, I mess up. So we're going to go into layers. Let's find our tree. Our trunk is going to be our dark brown. Okay. Then we are going to ungroup this because the leaves on this guy are way too big for what we need. So we're going to put all of those together. We are going to select all of them and we are going to change them to 2.5. There, that's better. Okay, there you go. Your tree for your front is sort of done. Okay, now this is where we're going to get our leaves for our tree on the front and also our thankful word. So the first thing we're going to do is ungroup it. And it's going to ungroup by colors. And luckily, the thankful is going to ungroup by itself. First, let's check its color. We want it that same dark brown. This will save us a lot of trouble once we get to sync. Then it's 2.3 inches wide. Make sure your button is locked. There we go. Thankful. Now, let's go ahead and do what the thankful is going to sit on. So you're going to go into shapes down here to this guy. Then we are going to rotate him. His color is going to be the dark yellow that we're using right here. Okay, we've got our color. Now we need our size. We want to keep our height the same. See how that fits on there really well? So we're going to unlock this button. Okay, and so we're just going to change the width. It's going to be 3.5. There we go. Our leaves. Let's get our sizes first. The brown. Lock your button in between your width and your height. And the brown is going to be 2.84. The yellow is going to be 2.69. The orange is going to be 2.69. And the maroon or burgundy is going to be 3.19. There we go. Now, let's double check all of our colors. The maroon should be this dark red down here. The orange, I am going to pick this orange right here. Yellows, I'm going to pick this dark yellow again. And this brown, of course, is our regular dark brown. Now, we're going to gather all these back up again. We need 2 copies. Drag your finger or your mouse and then just hit duplicate. There you go. There's all your leaves for your tree and your cover is done. And I'm going to put it over here out of our way. Okay, let's do your signature card. So we're going to have to do 2 separate circles here. So first we need to duplicate this. They're both going to be the same color. They're just going to be 2 different sizes. One is going to be the 3.75 that we cut out of here. And that is going over here. And the other one is going on our signature card. It is going to be 3.5 instead. Oh, see, I keep hitting the wrong button. I don't know why. 3.5. There we go. Your acorn. Let's go into layers and find it first. There we are. First, we're not going to use these little veins in the leaves. They're too small. So I'm just going to hit this little eye here at the bottom, which takes them away, but they're still there. Then our colors. Okay, this guy is going to be our dark brown. Okay. This guy is going to be our orange. I think I used that one. And this guy is his highlight, and he is going to be our cream color. There we go. And let's check our colors on our leaves. This is our dark yellow, which is here. This one is the maroon here. And this one I changed to the orange. So there we go. And the size of the whole thing is 1.6 inches wide. So go to edit, 1.6. There you go. This goes on our signature card right here. And then we have one more piece. First, we're going to change this to our burgundy. Then we're going to need 2. So we're going to go to actions and duplicate. One is going to be 3.7. 3.7. And one is going to be 4.15. 4.15. Okay, the larger one is going to go on the outside of this circle. And this smaller one is going to go right here with these guys. And your signature card is done. Okay, I'm going to put that up here. Oh, we're getting close here. Okay, here is your other circle. It's the right size. Your cornucopia is going to be 3.25. 3.25 wide. There we go. He's going to go on this. I'm going to make this bigger so we can see. Just like that. And then let's check the colors. Right here is going to be the dark yellow. Right there. This one here is going to be the same cream that we've been using. This one, I actually went white, but you can keep it gray if you'd rather. This one, of course, is our orange. And this one is our dark brown. There we go. Of course, it'll look different depending on what shades you use. And that is going to go right in there. Now, the only thing we have left is our Happy Thanksgiving first. Let's do this guy. We need to ungroup him. We do not need the background. Delete. Our happy guy is 3 inches wide. 3 inches. And his color is our dark brown. Our label. We are going to change the size to both. So you're going to unlock this button. The width is going to be 3.6. The height is going to be 1.84. There we go. That's our label, our colors. Let's find it. This one is going to be the cream. This one is going to be the maroon. Okay, now, and that is going to go right there on top. Of course, when you glue it on, you will center it. I'm going to group this, and this goes right here. And now look at that. You're ready to cut everything out. But first, let's check our colors. Now, this is what I was talking about when we were in sync. About checking everything in sync later. When you hit sync, it shows you all your different colors. Like this green of these original leaves from the original tree. We don't care too much about that. Let's change them. We don't have any oranges, so let's change those to orange. You're going to hold down these 3 lines, and then you're just going to drag it down here to your orange. Now, you can see a bunch of our yellows aren't the same either. So let's drag these down into our yellows where they're supposed to be. There we go. And then we've got our oranges. Okay, yeah, that looks like we're ready to go. You've got your dark brown, your maroon, your dark yellow, your dark orange, your cream, and your white. Now, first, before we go, I need you to do a couple things for me. If you will glue this up, you will glue the cornucopia up. You don't have to put it on the circle if you don't want to. If you will glue this up, and your thankful, not the tree. Don't worry about the tree. Just do the thankful and these other two things. And once we get over to the craft table, it's going to go a lot faster. Okay, here we are on the canvas. As you can see, it is well loved. Thank you so much for gluing these things together. That's really going to make our time on the tabletop go by really fast. I use art glitter glue. It's really good paper to paper glue. It dries really fast and clear. I get these bigger with the smaller, and this little tiny tip, a little bit goes a very long way. This is a standard 5x7 card. So I bought a ream of large copy paper. It's kind of shiny. It's heavier than regular copy paper. So I could make my larger envelopes, but it not add a whole bunch of weight. Or these are 5x7 envelopes from Hobby Lobby. I wait till they're half off. There's 12, so I got 12 for $1.50. Okay, let's get started. As you can see, I use paper plates to organize all my stuff. I just use them over and over again. It's just easier for me. Okay, let's do the cover. These guys are going to get cut off right here. Okay, and then this is going to go straight over the middle of the trunk. So what we need to do first is all of our leaves. So first, let's get the tree glued in. And you can see I have a little tiny bit of space right here. Now, if you would rather have yours right here in the middle, of course you can do that. And then your thankful will go across it like that. Totally your decision. It's your card. Okay, so if you have been watching my channel, you know that I have a special needs adult son. He is at work right now. He tears the tickets at our local movie theater. But we asked for tomorrow off because one of the churches here is having a special needs adult carnival, Halloween carnival and dance. So before he went to work, I said he just got to wear a costume to Special Olympics bowling practice. So now his astronaut costume was out. And I said, why do you have your astronaut costume out? Well, that is what I'm going to wear to the carnival. Okay, good. He's so funny. Okay, now, you know, when we were on the canvas, we put some, these plain leaves were the ones that were actually on the tree. I'm going to put the more, I don't know, detailed maybe is the word I'm looking for, leaves, on top of those. So I am just going to put a few here so I don't have to worry as much about filling in the background. Okay, and it doesn't, you know, they're not in super specific spots. I am going to make the leaves come out a little farther. If you looked at my thumbnail, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, just like that. And then probably one more way out here to the side. And then if I need some more background, then that's what I'll do. Okay, I'm going to put the more, I don't know, detailed leaves up here on the tree, and then the very last ones we will put in our pile and on the bottom. So what I did was I kind of started with one color, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and then I'm just going to use this one color around so I can kind of see and kind of not have all one color in one spot, if that makes any sense. I'm going to put this one down here. Okay, and let's do one more. Now, I'm going to confess here that I do this part before I do your canvas part that you just went through. Okay, why? Because if I run into a problem here, then I can fix it on the canvas and you won't be having the same problem. Okay, so now let's put some of these other ones. I'm going to pick kind of the bigger ones down here. And they're not in any particular order. And you can pick and choose what you want to go there. Again, it's your card. But, okay, that looks like that's all the ones I have of that specific color. So, I've got a bunch of these yellows. And I'm going to put a few more down here. They're kind of big. And to tell you the truth, I think I fixed this on the canvas. So if you have extras of these and they're not as big as mine, don't worry about it because I would have already fixed that on the canvas. If I find that they're a problem. If not, meh, we'll let them go. Okay, let's see. Maybe here. I'm going to put a few more of these down below because they're going to fill in a bunch of our space, and that's going to help us out a lot. Okay, let's see. Here's kind of a smaller one. I'm going to go ahead and put that up here. Let's do it right here. So you can see I'm kind of scattering my different colors around. Okay, now we're going to fill in with more yellow later. Let's do these craft colors. Okay, I'm going to put one here. This is going to be the most time-consuming, tedious part of our fun little project here because I wanted to make sure that you kind of got what I was doing. Let's see, I'm going to put one right here. There we go. And again, none of this has to be exactly perfect. You can kind of pick and choose which ones you want where. And let's see, I need one sort of down here. I'll do it right here so it looks like it's attached to that one. Then I'm going to put a couple of these plainer guys. Not the oak leaves, just the plain ones. I'm going to put one way up here. And you don't need that many. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and finish the tree. The only thing we have left are these burgundy ones, or maroon, or whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to put one right here because we don't have any in the middle. There we go. And I'm going to use one of the plain ones just to have a little bit of variety. There we go. And who cares if they're different leaves on one tree? Nobody cares. I mean, unless you're giving this to like a horticulturist or a, what are they called? Arborist? Is that what tree experts are called? Arborists? Okay, one more oak leaf. And I am going to put it over here. But I'm going to have it falling. Okay, like that. There we go. And let's have a few more leaves fall. Here's one of our craft colors. One of these kind of plainer leaves. We can put him right here. Let's do a bright yellow. One of these bigger guys. And I'm not going to put him over here because you've already got him here. So I'm going to put him right here. How about a plain orange? That'll work here. And then we'll do one more of, let's do one of our maroon plains, not the fancy ones. Oh, you know what? I don't like that. So instead, I'm going to just stick it somewhere down here. Okay. Because all these two are already plain. I want to put one of my last two burgundy guys down here. Let's see, I'm going to turn him like this, just like that. Now, let's just fill in the back. I mean, the bottom, not the back, the bottom. Silly me. Let's put our last craft color down, and then we'll have all of those kind of organized. Let's do it kind of right here. Then we'll do our oranges. Since we've got a couple bold orange spots, like right here. There we go. And let's see, I've got one last orange plain guy, and I am going to put him right here. Oh, there we go. Like that. Okay. And then let's do our maroons, and then whatever we have left, we'll sort of fill in. I need to start covering this trunk. The bottom of the, the bottom of this trunk. Okay, I've got this last plain burgundy one, and I'm going to put it right here. Okay, and then I've got this guy left, and this is my last one that's not yellow. Okay, and again, I kind of want to cover up the bottom of this tree. There, like that, see? There you go. Now, we're going to trim this off. Let me get my scissors. There we go. So, you want this even with your side. Okay, just like that. And then this will have the dark brown mat all around it. Here is your card base, and this will go on here, but we're not going to put it on yet. Why? Because if we mess up the inside, we would have to remake all of this again, and we don't want to have to do that. So we're going to set it aside and let it dry. And let's go ahead and get this guy done. Okay? Okay, you should have one side that has one score line and one side that has two score lines. So we're going to bend these. Okay, and you're going to go slow. I have Air 2 and a stylus, so mine does not score as deep as I would like. So it's easier for me to do it forward and then rebend it backwards. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, there's your one side. And now here's our two score side. Let's see, I'm going to do this first shorter one. It's easier to do this first for me. Anyway, I don't know why, but it is. There we go. And then I'm not going to bend this one backwards yet because I need to do this one forward. So we're going to do this second score line. Get it all bent up. And just do slow, just go slow. Let the paper kind of feel where you're going. Okay, and then these two we will have to bend backwards. Now, if you have a maker and your maker is scoring your lines really good, then you probably won't have to do this step. Okay, now, there we go. We've got our shadow box. Okay, do you see that? This goes on one side, and this is going to go on the other. Okay, now let's get this glued into our card base. Now, one side is shorter than the other. That's correct. That's how it should be. Okay, so it is going to go on your right. Your shadow box is going to go on top. Okay, so let's get it glued in. Okay, you're going to straighten this out just like this. And we are going to put it face down right next to this score line, glued on the left-hand side, face down. Okay, so you're going to turn it back over. And on the front of this, we are going to put some glue. Okay, don't neglect your corners. And make sure, here, let me put this on the ground so I can do this better. And make sure you kind of put one right along this fold, because that's what's going to hold your shadow box open. Just like that. Okay. And then make sure that your shorter side is on your right. We are going to take this. We are going to glue it on this side right up against this score line. Not on it, just right next to it. Okay, as close as you can get. There, just like that. Now, you see how close my score line is there? And as soon as you do that, get it started again, and then go ahead and bend it back like that. Now, these Shadowbox cards are made when they're done to open like this. We are going to glue this just like we did the other side. And again, see, I just got glue. See, this is why I said you need to leave your card open for overnight, a few hours, and let your glue dry, because you do not want the card either gluing to itself or into the inside of the envelope. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to turn it this way so I can see. So now you're just gonna lay this down, and remember this goes up, okay? And then we're gonna just match it to our back. Okay, there we go. Just make it even. And make sure I've got mine pushed back enough like that. Make sure that it looks good, and then you're going to close your card. And then there you go. Let's let that dry some more, and and before we do that, while we're letting it dry, let's go ahead and do these. Okay, this smaller frame is going to go right here with your acorns and your leaves, and that's going to be your signature card. But your larger one is actually going to go up here around this hole. Okay, so let's get glue put on it. It's going to be like the frame for your shadow box. Maybe that's a better way for me to explain it. This is the first time that I've done a separate frame. So, but I'm only going to make 2 Thanksgiving cards this week, and then it is going to be nothing but Christmas. Okay, so I'm going to lay this in here, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to try and get the edges in the same spot as my hole. There we go. Now, you see all that wet glue? I'm still going to close it. Okay. There we go. And then, you see that? The reason I went ahead and did it is because we're getting ready to cover all that. And another reason why, leave your card open. Okay, while that is all drying, let's get our signature card done. Oh, and then this is going to go around it. And then we'll do your leaves and acorn. So you see how this is about 3/4 of an inch down? So we'll probably try to match that a little bit. So the circles are kind of even across. Okay, I'm going to turn this so I can see. And there we go. It's about 3/4 of an inch. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and then we're going to put this around the edge. And it should overlap a little tiny bit of the burgundy and, of course, the edge of your card. So you just start on one end and just kind of smush it in there. There we go. And then here is our acorn. And I guess I forgot to tell you to please put this one together, but it's not a big deal. This won't take us but 2 seconds. Okay, this kind of gives it a like a reflection kind of thing. It makes it look round. And then let me put the top on. Now, you need your 3 big leaves here. your burgundy leaf is going to go up because you don't want to put the burgundy on the burgundy and then you're not going to be able to see it. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get over here where you can see. So let's do our leaves. I always dry fit everything just because I have glued stuff down and then went, oh, okay, that doesn't work. I have this about 1/4 of an inch up because I don't want my acorn to be all the way down on the burgundy. I want it partly up here. Okay, and then this guy. See how much quicker, thank you guys so much for going ahead and gluing all that stuff together, and see how much quicker it ends up being. Okay, now I put the orange over here because it would be separated by the top of our acorn. So there you go, you've got your signature card, and we're going to glue that in here in just a minute. Then let's go ahead and put our Happy Thanksgiving here on the bottom. I had a different Happy Thanksgiving. And again, this is the reason why I do everything on the table before I do canvas. I couldn't get it to cut right. I never could. I mean, I worked and worked and worked on it and never could get it to cut right. Okay, you want to get this in the middle. You know, as easy as you can. As close as you get it. Again, it's not imperative. There we go, just like that. So now let's get our pop-up done. Here's pop dots. They come in all sizes and shapes. I'm going to use these round ones. If you need something smaller, you can see right here where I cut one in half. That's very simple. These are very big. So I will probably only use a few. Okay, there's that one. I've got this half one that I already made, so I'm going to use it right here. Okay, and then I'm going to do one more right in the middle here. This way, this is going to make it pop up twice, just like that. And then we're going to take off the papers. And so everything's nice and sticky. Then we're going to put it right here in the middle. This is the same size as this circle. Okay, you see that? Okay, and so it's going to go in here. It's going to look great, but we also want to pop it up. But when we put it in, since it's the same size, we're going to have to be a little careful. But that's okay. It's not a big deal. Okay, let's put some more pop dots on the back here. And that will give you an extra lift, an extra layer. Okay, so now we'll have 1, 2, 3 layers of the pop-up instead of just 2. Okay, one here, one more, and then one in the middle. There we go. Just like that. And then I'm going to have to stand up so I can see what I'm doing, because you kind of have to go in from the top. But I can't see because my camera's there. Okay, I got them all off. Okay, now I'm going to stand up. Okay. Now, you see this? Do you see how it's the same, pretty much the same size? So you have 2 choices. You can either go through the front and kind of wrangle it in there, but sometimes for me, it's easier to go through the top and then look from above. And it doesn't have to be exact, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Just like that. Do you see? Okay, now I'm going to close it and get all of my pop dots good and glued. There we go. Look at that. How cool is that? Okay, now our signature card. Okay. And that is going to go on the opposite page. And it should be pretty much the same distance all the way around. It might be a little closer up. Yeah. It's a little closer on the sides than it is on the edges. But that helps balance out the long part of your shadow box. Now look at that. Look what a great job you're doing. Okay, we're going to close it one more time just to check. And now we're going to put in on our cover, but we're not going to leave it closed like that because we need our glue to dry. So now all we have left is to glue on our cover. Look how much fun, and look how much talent you have. Okay, this one is definitely going to be about 1/4 inch all the way around. Okay, let me make sure I've got mine straight. And look at that. You're done. You did a great job. Look how pretty that is. Whoever gets this is going to love it. And I am so proud of you.